So I've just finished watching episode 1 and 2 of Strange New Worlds season 3. Thoughts, initial thoughts. I'll talk about episode 1 first and then move on to episode 2 because there was a crime committed in episode 2. A major, serious crime was committed in episode 2. And see if you can guess what it is by the time I get to it. But, oh my God, like unacceptable crime. So, first of all, episode 1, part 2 of, what was it called? Hegemony, whatever it was called. Bit of trepidation going into season 3. Season 2 had some issues, I think. It was a little bit sort of vanilla. But God, they've stepped it up a notch. Like, they've really, really stepped it up a notch. I loved it. I thought they really knocked it out of the park. Like, it was a very tight, very well executed, really entertaining, fast-paced. I thought the script was tight. I thought the characters were great. And I wanted to talk about the Gorn just a little bit. Now, there was issues with the Gorn in Strange New Worlds because they changed so much from the original series. The main thing being that, okay, the Gorn became famous because of this stupid slow fight with Kirk. But the reason the Gorn were originally introduced in the original series was because Kirk and the Gorn were on a planet, and the Gorn was automatically presented as this kind of scary to look at, so different to humans, lizard-like, an automatic sort of almost revulsion towards this species, when in fact it was the Federation that had invaded their space and they were intelligent and were just protecting their territory, right? So the whole point of that episode was, just because something is incredibly different to you, it doesn't necessarily make them an enemy. However, I have no problem with what they did with the Gorn with Strange New Worlds. I actually think they're a brilliant antagonist. Like, they've turned the Gorn into this pretty scary nemesis. Like, I think the Gorn are a really scary foe. I think they're great. And not since the Borg have they introduced a really truly scary foe that the Federation can fight. And the way they reproduce is scary as shit. So I actually quite like the Gorn. I think they're really cool. I think it's a good direction to take it in because it's fresh and new, and we only ever saw them once, and it was in the 60s, and who cares? Like, on the bridge, they're battling insurmountable odds under time pressure, and the whole sickbay scene with Spock and Chapel is really well done. Like, it's excellently executed. Loved episode 1. Thought it was great. Like, they really have stepped up their game, and they've come out of the barn gates, I think, really strongly. I don't like the new opening title sequence at all. I think it's a big CGI clusterfuck. It's all over the place. Just doesn't look well. It's edited together really weirdly, and it's just not working for me. The opening title sequence, the new one, bit of a mess, so I'm skipping through it when it's on. Also, it made me look at Pike's command style. So, like, when really serious stuff was going on on the bridge of the Enterprise with Kirk or Cisco or Picard, like when really mega decisions were being made, they just kind of sat there and went, okay, this is a very serious, we'll deal with this. Pike just sort of goes, oh, for fuck's sake, or oh God, or he keels over, and, you know, he's just sort of a bit more dramatic when really serious stuff happens. You know, he doesn't sit there pensively and go, oh, I've got an idea and don't worry about it, like the stress in his face. He just sort of, he's just like, oh. So really enjoyed episode 1. I think they've kicked it up a notch, like seriously kicked it up a notch. I was very impressed, and it was an emotional episode, emotional towards the end of it. Like, it gets you. Very impressed. I liked it. So if you're on the fence about Strange New Worlds, check this out, because I think it's worth a watch, and it seems to have gotten its grit, which I really wanted. I thought episode 2 was really funny. Again, tight script, harken back to, you know, those original episodes where quirky, weird things happen, and they're visited by a familiar character. A very familiar character. So familiar, in fact, that we all recognize the voice at the end of the episode of where this godlike being comes from. And I love the fact that they used the voice because it cements exactly where Trelane sort of originated from. And it was great to hear. It was great to hear the voice at the end. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Episode 2, an Irishman comes in and steals chapel. You got to be careful with the Irishmen, but the Irishman had a proper accent. The Irishman had a proper accent. When he opened his mouth, I went, oh no, are they making him Irish? Please don't. And then I went, oh, he's Irish. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You have to be careful with the Irishmen. You got to be careful with them. I thought the last scene where, you know, Spock finally decided that Chapel was right and he couldn't give Chapel what she wanted was really well played out. Great performances from everybody so far, and Ortega is getting serious screen time, and which is great to see. And I thought Ortega's played a blinder, even though she, you know, piloted the Gorn shuttlecraft and bled all over it, and she had a great line right before she passes out, which is, I am Ortega's and I fly the ship. So I'm liking the fact that they're punching up the characters, like they're punching up the people who kind of got sidelined a little bit season 1, season 2. See, sometimes these seasons take a bit to get going. Like it took TNG 2 seasons to really find its feet, but I really think that Strange New Worlds, certainly the first 2 episodes, have really gone for it. But major gripe, which brings me to my crime against humanity. Again, spoilers. At the end of episode 2, Scotty orders a pint of Guinness, and this is what the bartender serves him. First of all, it's in the wrong glass. Second of all, look at the head on it. It's about like 4 millimeters deep. Plus, if you look closely, and I'll do a zoom in, there's bubbles around the edge of it. Now, the Irishman who was there should have stopped production immediately, right? Just turned off all the cameras and gone, lads, what the fuck is that? You can't be serving Guinness like that. Like that is like totally unacceptable. Like, and they even did a close up of the glass as if they were proud of the fact that they just poured a pint of Guinness. Surely to God, at this stage, they know how to pour a pint of Guinness. That pint of Guinness is an absolute fucking disgrace. It's a disgrace. So, like, after 2 really enjoyable episodes, really, really enjoyed it. I saw the pint of Guinness and I went, you fucking lads, come on. But they got the accent right. Really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I think they've knocked it out of the park. I'm happy enough. I was nervous going in, not sure about this. Recommend, thumbs up. Sorry, I'm taking a thumbs down for the Guinness. So I might do a thumbs up half and take a half a thumb away. I'm taking a half a thumb away because of the Guinness. So Paramount, you've lost a half a thumb because of what you did to that Guinness. Shocking stuff. Absolutely shocking carry on. For reference, here's what a Guinness looks like. Jesus Christ.